Peace and assalamu alaikum. You know who it is. Brother Bilal of Black Muslim in America. Thank you for tuning back in. It was, I just wanted to come to y'all real quick and talk about this crazy article I seen. It says, it was in the New York Post. It says Osama bin Laden's niece says only Trump can prevent another 9/11. And, let's read this, man. It goes on to say another 9/11 style attack may be just around the corner if Joe Biden is elected president, warns Noor bin Laden, the niece of September 11 terror mastermind Osama bin Laden. I'm confused. I thought the mastermind was Iraq. I thought the mastermind was Saddam Hussein. I remember a video of bin Laden saying that he didn't even have nothing to do with those attacks. Not saying he wasn't a terrorist or whatever. Not trying to take sides here, none of that stuff like that. So, Officer Johnson, if you're listening, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just putting the news out there. But that's what I heard. But the article goes on to say, ISIS proliferated under the Obama-Biden administration. This is her speaking now. They're quoting her. ISIS proliferated under the Obama-Biden administration, leading to them coming to Europe. Trump has shown he protects America and us, by extension, from foreign threats by obliterating terrorists at the root and before they get a chance to strike. Bin Laden, 33, told the Post in her first ever interview, "Why are you coming out now and saying something? How did you just come out of obscurity and then start talking? You're not even wearing hijab, so I know what's up with you." But let's go on in this article. Bin Laden, whose branch of the family has always spelled their name differently than her infamous uncle, lives in Switzerland. She's not even American, but she's riding Trump's jockstrap. So we know what this is. This is nothing more than her letting it be known that I'm down with Team White Supremacy. That's all she's saying in this article. But she says she considers herself an American at heart. What does that mean? That means I consider myself a white supremacist at heart. She has a full-size U.S. flag hung in her childhood room at age 12. And her dream vacation is an RV trip across America. Come on now. The stunning, and now they want to boost her ego in this article. The stunning Swiss-born bin Laden says she is all in for Trump in 2020, calling the election the most important in a generation. This is her quoting her again. "I have been a supporter of President Trump since he announced he was running in the early days in 2015. I have watched from afar and admired this man's resolve," she said. "He must be reelected. It's vital for the future of not only America, but Western civilization as a whole." What did I say? All she's doing, this is just like a campaign ad for Trump. What they're saying with this is Trump is doing such a great job that even family members of the terrorist bin Laden are coming forward and showing support. That's what this all about. They're giving you the provocativeness, the wildness, of the name bin Laden, and then putting it next to Trump to, it's some provocative stuff. That's all it is. It's really to make you say, wow. Bin Laden's own niece is voting for Trump or wants Trump to get back in office? Man, that means I should vote for him. That's what that's saying. He must not be that bad. But when she mentions it's vital for the future of not only America, but Western civilization as a whole, we know what those are. Those are code words. That's a code word for white supremacy. It's vital for the future of white supremacy that he's reelected. That's what she's talking about. And when she's talking about, but we gonna go on with the article. I'm gonna keep reading. You look at all these terrorist attacks that have happened in Europe over the past 19 years. They have completely shaken us to the core. And she mentions radical Islam has completely infiltrated our society. And she continues, in the U.S. it's very worrying that the left has aligned itself completely with the people who share that ideology. So she's basically throwing a jab at at the Somali chick who's in the political sphere over here in America. I don't even remember her name because she's not doing nothing for black people, nor is she doing nothing for Muslims. So I don't remember her name, but you know who I'm talking about. The black chick who they said she married her brother or something to get over here. Whatever. But what she's saying in these two little articles is basically we need Trump back in office to keep non-whites in line. You know, that's what she's talking about. Radical Islam to her means, radical Islam to the white supremacist minds means Muslims or non-white people who are not going to easily submit to white supremacy. That's what radical Islam means. Now, I definitely don't agree with harming innocent people. I definitely don't agree with terrorist acts of anyone, including white supremacists. But I'm just speaking on the code words of what they mean. When you hear them start talking about that radical Islam, they might be talking about, terrorist acts, which no one agrees with. But it's also a coded word of saying non-white people who won't submit to white supremacy. And if you're looking at this article, they got one picture of her. Well, so far they only got one picture of her, and they're all next to bin Osama. The first picture is her next to Osama, and she wearing her "Make America Great Again" hat, even though she's not even American. And then as you go down the article, they got a big picture of Osama with his fatigue jacket on. Why do they keep doing this? That's what I'm saying. It's all about provocativeness. That's what it's about. The article goes on. While Trump has long been a polarizing big figure in the United States, he is even more toxic in Europe, where views of U.S. leadership have often plummeted since he took office. So nobody even in Europe even likes the dude, but you like her. A 2018 Gallup poll found 18% of Swiss citizens approved of his job performance. Noor, who said she regularly wears a "Make America Great Again" hat and occasionally a Trump bedtime onesie. Oh, she is penal writing. This is ridiculous. She's worshiping this man. I know she done left the fold of it. I can't say that. You know what I mean? I can't say that. But what it seems like is she done jumped out the fold of Islam something heavy. And she said she has to confront many Trump haters on her side of the Atlantic. Why do you have to defend Trump? You're not even an American. During a recent trip to the grocery store while wearing the iconic red cap, Noor was accosted. Oh my God. Here she goes explaining what happened. I am minding my own business and this woman in her late 50s charges towards me and starts speaking very loudly and aggressively to me, she recalls. She's yelling at me and saying, how can I be wearing this? And Trump is the worst president ever. And she's basically dumping on my beloved president. Trick, he's not your president. He's the president of America. Why are you talking like you're an American and you haven't even been here? See, that's white supremacy. That's what she's talking about. He's the president of white supremacy, and she has gotten down with it. And this is her coming out party. That's what this is. This is her coming out article of her coming out to the world as, yes, I'm down with team white supremacy. Don't look down on me. I know my name is Bin Laden. She just letting it be known, be like, hey, I know my last name is Bin Laden, but I spell it different. And did you see my article in the New York Post? I was crapping on them. I hate him. I'm all for Trump. Trump is my daddy. That's what this is all about. Please accept me, white supremacy. And you see the word they used, Noor was accosted. Oh my God. They know how to use them words and make you really feel like something went down. Only thing that happened was some old lady ran up on you and yelled at you and called you a cornball. Because you are. And she said the lady told her 3 times, you're stupid. I kept my cool. And needless to say, I kept my hat. She wasn't going to do nothing to you. She was just letting you know you's a bum trick. You're stupid. And you make no sense. That's what she's letting you know. Wasn't nobody going to do nothing to your corny butt. But let's continue this article. And it's not just Trump. From her perch in Western Europe, Noor Bin Laden has been a keen and meticulous consumer of conservative media an advocate of their most hot button causes. Oh, once again, she just keeps letting us know I'm team white supremacy now. She has been brainwashing herself with white supremacist right wing views. So we know what it is. Everybody gets brainwashed, but it depends. What are you washing your brain with? Are you washing your brain with bleach? Are you washing your brain with mild detergent? Are you washing your brain with Islam? Are you washing your brain with racism and white supremacy? What are you washing your brain with? That's what's important, because everyone is brainwashed. And the article continues, though soft-spoken with aristocratic graces, she can offer lengthy monologues railing against Spygate, tech censorship of conservative voices, mandatory mask wearing, the New York Times discredited 1619 Project, and even Andrew Cuomo's controversial executive order requiring nursing homes to accept seniors with COVID-19. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. They might try to get my page. They might try to get my page banned. Let's continue the article. Her favorite television show is Fox News. Oh my God. It just don't get no clearer. I like to call Fox News Fox Spews. FAUX. Like it's just fakeness. Oh, her favorite show is Tucker Carlson Tonight, the major suspected white supremacist. And she's chummy with Laura Loomer, the rising GOP star running for Congress in Florida, is a ferocious opponent of radical Islam, but has also been accused by critics of Islamophobic remarks. This female is disgusting. Look, I know your uncle might have got into some things, but that don't mean you got to go way to the other side and be on some other stuff to prove. What you're trying to do is prove to white society that you're with them. Stop it. They're not going to accept you. Even if they accept you, they still gonna look at you like, "Bleh, your last name is Bin Laden." They're never going to accept you. Even if you change your last name, you might get a pass for a while, but then white supremacists gonna do their research on you. They gonna look at you. Hold on, let's look at this picture at the top. Hold up. They gonna look at you and say, "Wait a minute, something about you looks foreign. Let's do a background check on you, because we know you changed your name and all of that. So let's do a background check on you." That's what she's going to try to do. She's going to try to change her name. Even if you do that, white society is still not going to accept you, because they're going to do their background check and find out you're a niece of Osama bin Laden, and you're going to be like, no. So what are you doing? Stop it. I'm not going to stop being a Muslim because some Muslims did some wrong stuff. It's not going to happen. That's on them. That's on them on the day of judgment. They have to answer to Allah for that on the day of judgment. And that's up to Allah if He wants to forgive them or not. That's not up to me. I won't be asked about their crimes that they committed or whatever. I'm going to be asked about the crimes I've done in my life, the sins I've done. So I'm going to continue to be a Muslim. Even if my uncle was Osama bin Laden, I'm not going to go to the far right and be like, well, I want to prove so bad I'm not like him, so now please white people accept me. No, I'm just going to say that was him. Do I agree with what he did? No. But this is my life, and I still choose to be a Muslim because I believe in it. And if you want to look at me controversially and keep associating me with my uncle, then that's what white supremacy does, okay? That's what you're gonna do. But you hanging around these people, hanging around Laura Loomer, who's clearly Islamophobic and probably a white supremacist suspectedly as well, that's just doing too much. So she goes on to say, Laura has been very vocal about this, and I commend her for being brave enough in speaking out. Oh, and it says here, Bin Laden, who was not raised with any religion. So who raised you? I'm sounding like your boy. Who raised you? Bin Laden didn't mince words about the squad either, and offered high praise to the Post foreign page cover, calling out Ilhan Omar. That's her name, Ilhan Omar. Calling out Representative Ilhan Omar. Some people did something, remarks about 9/11. You do have a situation now in America where you have people like Ilhan Omar who actively hate your country, bin Laden said, noting how Omar had urged compassionate sentences for 13 ISIS recruits busted in her home state of Minnesota. Oh my God. So now they're putting you against this article. Like I said, people, this article is her coming out. She's saying, I'm totally against anything Islam. And the article continues, it's an honor to be able to go and live in the United States and make the most out of all the opportunities, bin Laden said, choking up. Oh, she's about to cry. Oh my God, she can't go be with white daddy either. If she hates it so much, why doesn't she leave? Well, I could see you saying that for an immigrant because they probably have a home state to go to. But nobody can say that about black people. We built this country, so nobody better not ever say that to us. We built this country. We was here before anybody was here. So you ain't gonna tell us to leave. And if we choose to leave, that's on us. But this is our land. We have way more right to this land than any white supremacist. But anyway, bin Laden is the daughter of Carmen Dufour, a Swiss author, and Yeslam bin Laden, an older half-brother of Osama. So she's not even really like deeply connected to dude. They just doing this, like I said, they just doing this for some provocativeness. For most of her adult life, Noor helped her mother with a nasty and years-long divorce from Yeslam, who has played no role in her life. Oh, so she didn't have a father in her life. So we know what this is. Also, people, what else is this? Daddy issues. Her father, Yeslam bin Laden, wasn't in her life. Therefore, now she's going to take all her anger out on every man in her family, including Osama, and she's going to turn to white daddy for love. That's why she's so big on Trump. And the article continues. Unlike her older sister, Wafa, an international pop singer and socialite, Noor bin Laden has kept a low profile. Well, not now. She's trying to be out here in the mix. She has a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Geneva, a master's in commercial law from the University of London, and a computer coding boot camp under her belt. She's worked in startups and is currently writing a book analyzing the first 20 years of the 21st century. We don't care. Quit trying to credentialize her in our eyes. She's a lame. And she's continuing. She's quoted here. My life would have been very different had I been raised in Saudi Arabia, she said. I really grew up with this deep appreciation for freedom and basic individual rights. Oh, well, that was a jab. Bin Laden recalled how she played soccer in school for 13 years. My mom would come to all the games and she would say, when she see you play, I know that all the hardship was worth it because you get to do what you choose and what you love. So now we're throwing in the feminism. And now they're throwing the feminism all in the mix. And we know that feminism is nothing more than white supremacy with a skirt on. Noor was just 14 when her uncle perpetrated the deadliest attack on U.S. soil in history. That wasn't the deadliest attack on U.S. soil in history. Come on now. Didn't we just have 400 years of slavery? What the hell are you talking about? Stop it. That's insulting to me. So now they're trying to bring this up to play at your heartstrings. From the moment the second plane hit, she knew her life would never be the same. I was so devastated, she recalled. I had been going to the States with my mom several times a year from the age of 3 onward. I considered the U.S. my second home. Oh, so she has been to the U.S. a few times. But you're not here now. Why aren't you here? You love Trump so much. You're a MAGA girl. Come here and stay here then. Why aren't you here? Bin Laden said part of the reason she rejected liberal assertions that America was a racist country was based on her own lived experience. Oh my God. So America's not a race. How was America built, Ms. Noor? How was America built? But you're saying it's not racist no more. She is a purebred. These are all the red flags of a white supremacist. And that is what this article is about. She's denying white supremacy. And she says, I have not had a single bad experience with Americans despite the name that I carry. On the contrary, I was overwhelmed by their kindness and understanding. You know why? Because you're an Islamic, you're not even Islamic, because you said you were raised non-religious. You're just a coon. You're a Middle Eastern coon. You probably came over here, your mom probably claimed white. When every time she came over here, when you come over here, you probably claim white. You almost look white. And then when they find out that, yeah, your name is Bin Laden, but then they see how hard you're going slobbing on Trump and being right wing and listening to Tucker Carlson, they're like, oh wow, she's a good nigger. That's what that is. Because to the eyes of a white supremacist, you're just a sand nigger. That's all you are. Now, even though you're cooning, they'll be your friends and pat you on the head, and that's what you're experiencing right now. These white people have been so good to me. I was overwhelmed by their kindness and understanding. Yeah, because you're riding their jockstrap. But sooner or later, they're going to get tired of you and they don't trust you, and they're just going to cast you aside. Bin Laden said she's been back to the U.S. a few times since the attacks. She hasn't visited the memorial yet, but is planning to do it the next time she's in New York. I really want to go to pay my respects. And that's how they ended the article. She wants to pay her respects to white supremacy. So this is what this is, people. They're putting this out here. You know, election time is around the corner. So they're trying to be real extreme and say, well, hey, if Osama bin Laden's niece would vote for Trump and is siding with Trump, then all you black people should be on the bandwagon, and all you Muslims should be too. This is to get the immigrants on board and the immigrant Muslims on board. That's what it is. But that's all I wanted to talk about today, people. I'll be back again. You know, I come on here intermittently, and then I'll be back on here sometime in the future, inshallah, if Allah gives me life. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Make dua for me, people. Make dua that Allah pardons me in this life and the next of my sins. And I'll do the same for you. Peace and assalamu alaikum.